Hello folks, finally got my C64-1 here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison compared to some of the older models as far as things I like and things I don't. So obviously a lot of people are aware of these, and the battery is accessible via that. Okay. These aren't bad little trucks. Really, I think the worst thing about these, in my opinion, is the bump steer. As you can see, you move the suspension up and down. The steering moves to the left. Which doesn't really make that big of a deal in a crawler, but still. And like on this one, we got the update on the axles. It's not as bad, but still does it. The mirror came off again. I really got to glue these. And then once again through here with the battery. And then this thing, battery on this, I'm not wild about how when it's in this configuration, it's not too bad. If you want to put the Gorilla Guard and stuff on it, it's really hard to get to, and they give you that stick, which I've lost somewhere. And then like even this is a improved design with different shocks. Has the counter rotating transmission with the 260, 280. I don't remember which. Even this just has a tiny bit, being that all three of these, the servo is mounted on the chassis. This one, I mean, they did a good of eliminating the majority of it. There's still just a tiny bit there. Now with this one, what they did is they actually did a axle mounted servo, not a scale, but it just has some benefits. Being that the bump steer is eliminated, takes a little bit away from the scale, but it actually performs better. Okay, which I will get into in the suspension on these. So the suspension on these, just your standard straight axle, internal coil spring shocks. This one's got metal axles, but 2-speed transmission. But yeah, pretty standard axles with the 4-link front and back, standard 4-link. That's what these got. This one's got a is that a 3-link? Is that what that is? Yeah, the rear's a 4-link and the front is like a 3-link, and then it's got like a panhard bar, or a track bar you could call it, here on the front along with the steering bar, which did help a little bit with it. It's still got the standard axles, counter rotating transmission, and this has for shocks is they're adjustable shocks, friction shocks, but they are adjustable with the coil spring on the outside. Okay, and then with the new C64, it also has a spring over friction shock. It's a little bit different design, but this seems like it's not as stiff. That's the big thing with some of these others. They're a little stiff, and this is kind of a lighter chassis. Yeah, some people wouldn't like this, but there's kind of an advantage to it, which I'll show you here in a little bit. Okay, so as far as these trucks go, we'll have to go over here. Okay, is move these. Okay, and let's find something over here, shall we, to put the tire up on. You said to put the tire up on there. Let's see. See here, folks. I should have probably prepared for this. That's all right, though. Yeah, let's use this for comparison here. Okay, and so with these things stock, basically what you get for suspension travel and articulation is that about right there, which is not, maybe the bottle on end, we're gonna say. Yeah, bottle on end. Okay, is where the older ones are. And then this thing, let's see here. And this one we got a little bit more. Let's see if we can fit that bottle under the suspension. Which we almost can. And I lost my bottle. Okay, so you almost can fit that thing of bottle paint underneath. Okay, now on this, I'm gonna grab another bottle as soon as I drop my other one. Okay. With this, I mean, you got that and then some. You probably almost stack a tire underneath that, but I mean, if you look at that, quite a bit of different suspension travel on this. Now, my understanding from the WPL website is that this actually has a lower center of gravity than the old C64 here. It sits taller, has more suspension travel, but apparently, well, I'm feeling it here, and this feels lighter up top than the C54. One thing I'll admit about the C54 is it does roll over fairly easy in the stock configuration. I've literally driven this, just buzzed it around a little bit to try it out. Haven't really actually had it anywhere and got it dirty yet. Hopefully I can find my bag with all my door handles and everything. But this also has the 260-280 combo. This, okay, with these two trucks, this one, if you put the other bumper on, apparently you can, with some modification, my understanding is with some modification, you can put the winch, the WPL winch on there. Now this truck, if you notice in here, it's got a fake winch with 2 screws behind the bumper. And this particular bumper has a hole in it. A little fairlead hole, okay? I don't know if that's where they run it, but this truck is actually meant to accept the WPL winch, which is kind of a pretty cool thing, which that's one of the things I've actually ordered for this. And really, we'll use these two for example, because they both got the same drivetrain, pretty much. One of people's complaints on these have been they're a little underpowered. Now, one thing they did add to this that's really nice is they did add drag brake on the remote. There's a little button you can turn it on and off, the drag brake, which I think is a great addition to these, because that's usually my complaint about the WPLs is they don't have a drag brake, and I think that's what a lot of people complain about them, is that they don't have that, and so you got to upgrade to have that drag brake for when if you're doing actual crawling. Now, yeah, it's not too bad out of the package, but what you can do on these, if you want more power out of them, is you take that WPL Res 3V, the 3-in-1, I call it a 3-in-1, because you got the sound card, you got the receiver, and you got your speed control in there. And that, it kind of, even if you're not doing a 2-speed transmission, it also has the same ability to turn the drag brake on and off, which is a nice little thing, really, if you think about it. And so that makes for a nice addition on this. And I guess apparently you can also add more lights to this. It's set up for that. And I mean, you put honestly, I think if you put a Res V3 in these, I put it in this one. I had it on another chassis, and the chassis fell off my shelf and broke, as far as some of the suspension parts. So I put the Res 3V in this, and I'm gonna try it. It seems like it has more power. I'm waiting for good weather. It's just crappy here in the Pacific Northwest for a while here. So and try to get these out and try them, and maybe I can find my bag with my door handles. Luckily, I got everything else put on. I got the wipers put on. I got the mirrors put on. The snorkel put on. I got 2 of the door handles put on. The one on the tailgate and the one on this side. Hopefully, I find them. But yeah, I'll do. Coming up, I'm gonna have to do a shootout and yeah, maybe do maybe these 3 together or something like that. Being they are all modified. Or what I'll do is I'll do a stock versus stock before I do anything to this. That would be a good thing too. Now, one thing on these, the tires are kind of hard, but what I am seeing as far as the tire size is that the tire size seems to be right about what these are, right here. And these are C64 kit tires is what these are. They're nice and soft. I have another pair on order for the white truck back there, maybe. But they look pretty close to this size, so I think you'd be able to put softer tires on this thing, put a Res 3V in it, maybe put a winch on it. It'd probably be a pretty awesome little truck. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. I'm gonna try to get some running videos here for you. My phone is running out of battery, so I'm gonna cut this short, and feel free to ask any questions or anything at the bottom. Thanks, guys and gals.